guys, happy 2024. I hope that this year has been good to you so far. And if it hasn't, that's okay. I'm sure that the rest of the 11th months will make up for January. January is always one of those months where it's either like really good or really bad. I hope that it's been good. For me, January has been pretty chill. I haven't really done much. I feel like it's been very slow paced. Like the goals that I want to be moving towards aren't really moving. Just to tell you guys what I'm doing in this video first before we hop into my goals, I wanted to try doing urban drawing. Urban drawing is something that I've liked visually for a minute now, and I've really been wanting to try it. It's definitely a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I definitely underestimated this skill, and not that I didn't think there was skill in it. It's obviously very skillful. I have a big ego. As an artist and as a DIYer, I think I can do anything. And time after time, I am humbled. So I tried this and I'm like, yeah, I could do this. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, this light work for me. I could do this. But the more I was drawing, the more easier it was definitely becoming. But I definitely want to do it more. It was very like freeing. I didn't feel like a perfectionist while doing it. It was okay to make mistakes. And I think that that's why I like urban drawing, because the mistakes that you make are embraced. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on in the background. Now let's get into the goals. Goal setting is so important for so many reasons. I think for me, they're really important to give me direction and like something to work towards, because I find when I don't have something to work towards, I move really aimlessly, and I just need something like tangible, something that's like quantitative. And I find that it's even more important for me to write down these goals, because I have something that I can go back to and reflect and remind myself in times where I feel like I've forgotten what I'm working towards, or I feel like, oh, what am I doing with my life? I have something that's like, okay, girl, you have some things that you're doing with your life. And it's so nice to take a little pen, a little pencil, and scratch through that at the end of the year, check it off. It's so gratifying, and it gives you a little serotonin boost. And I write my goals down damn near everywhere in my journal and on Notion. And I also have a jar that I keep on my desk, and I write down anytime I complete a goal, I put it in the jar. And anytime that I feel really happy during the year is when I plan to put something into the jar. And we'll look at the jar at the end of the year. Highly recommend. That is something that you consider doing, is getting a mason jar, a coffee cup, a plastic, like a zip bag, anything to keep the little pieces of paper in. Anytime that you're sitting in the moment, you think, oh, I was really happy in that moment, write it down. Please, especially if you're someone who struggles with depression, like I do, or like negative self-talk, or just forgetting all the good that you do, or all the times that you feel happy. I will take that time to write it down and put it in the jar. And you can read it whenever you need a little pick-me-up, because I've definitely looked at the jar during the year, but at the end of the year, it is really nice. And sometimes you feel like, oh, what did I do this year? You have a jar full of things that you did, times of like you felt really high. I recommend y'all do that. I think also writing it down is important, because things change. Oh, I remember I wanted to do that, but now I'm not really feeling that no more. And then you could just change it. My biggest goal this year is to publish a portfolio website. I've already started preparing the things that will go on my portfolio site, and I've started a mood board for how I want my site to look. It's just a matter of putting it together and choosing a platform. I'm struggling with choosing a platform for hosting. And I also want to use this website to potentially sell arts, print, stickers, and other art shop related things. But the first step for all of that would to be beef up my portfolio. I definitely need to create more pieces of art, more finished, more cohesive pieces of art. That actually leads into my next goal for this year, is that I want to complete a minimum of 12 paintings this year, which I've kind of edited to 12 paintings / big pieces. Like, they don't have to be a painting, but it has to be something like that's like, okay, like this is a cohesive, thought out piece of work. My next goal is art challenge related. Last year I started that 100 heads challenge, as well as the Inktober challenge. I've never done Inktober before, and I think last year was also the first time I've ever attempted 100 heads. I got to head 10, and I got to day about 13 or 14 in Inktober. My full-time job at the time was really starting to drain me. I worked in a financial aid office. It was a very emotionally, and you wouldn't think so, but it was very emotionally draining, just because the workplace environment was not the best. There was a lot of stressors. I can talk for hours about that job, but it was just getting to the point where it was really emotionally draining and it was just really hard on me. But I do want to complete both of these challenges. The first 10 hands were done digitally. I'll put it up on the screen. And I think the rest of the 90 I might want to do traditionally, or I might stick to like half digital, half traditionally, just because I want to work on constructing the face a little bit more. Last year, I started learning the Loomis method, and I felt like I was getting pretty good with it, but I kind of fell off because I stopped practicing as much. But I definitely want to get back into that and really like nail down the structure of the head. As for Inktober, I was using that prompt list as an inspiration month. Like I was focusing on creating new painting ideas, new piece ideas. So I was just using the word to like sketch and not really make a full dedicated piece each month. That is something I do want to do. I want to do the Inktober challenge as intended, but I knew that I wasn't quite ready for creating a full, complete piece last year, especially because with my full-time job. So I focused on just creating ideas, which I have a couple of ideas that I really, really like, and I want to pursue them and develop them more. I do want to finish that. I think I'm going to finish that sometime this year, probably before Inktober this year. And also a really big goal of mine is to have a piece of art in a show. I've had my very first piece of art in like a small art show last year, which is pretty cool. I actually also got paid for it. It's the first time I ever got paid for my art. Yeah, I definitely want to have my art in more shows, but I think this also connects to my goal of like developing my portfolio more. I definitely will need to do that if I want to have my art in more shows. I have to show these curators something. I just want my art shown somewhere, either physically or online, because there's tons of online gallery spaces. That's my high energy goal. I absolutely like, that's my high energy goal, because that is, though that requires a lot of like work on my end, it also requires me getting picked. And just because someone doesn't choose my art, it doesn't mean that I'm not a good artist. It just means that I either wasn't a good fit for this show, or there was tons of other very talented artists who applied for the same spot as mine. I just didn't get that spot. And I don't think that at the end of the year, I should shit on myself for not getting into an art show, because half of that isn't up to me. My low energy goal is to just apply to at least a certain amount of art related things. So call for arts or like grants or residency programs, like apply for at the very least 10 of them. So it's like, I put my name out there, I put my art out there, I've put the effort in. I recently added this goal. This is like, it's not really an art goal, it's just something I really want to do. I've been really watching a lot of doll customization videos, and I really want to do a doll customization. I have 2 ideas right now, 2 very good ideas for dolls to customize. And they're both characters that I love a lot. So I really want to do it. I just know something I can't do just quite yet because I just don't have the materials. Did I say that's my final goal? I do have a couple of like goals that are kind of art related, but not like extremely art related. With my art YouTube, I want to stay pretty consistent. I want to give myself a chance. I feel like a lot of the times that I get into my own head, I tell myself no before someone else gives me the chance to tell me no. You should give yourself a chance to and you should keep showing up. I just want to give myself a chance. I don't want to stop myself before I even tried. So that's a goal for this year. Just put myself out there and keep putting myself out there consistently. For YouTube, that means posting once a week. I think another social media goal that I'll share with you guys is that 1 month I want to post every day and just compare analytics. And I want to revive them, and also I want to figure out which social media platforms I want to focus on, because I definitely do not want to focus on all of them. My main focus now is definitely YouTube, and I'm kind of deciding if it's gonna be Instagram or TikTok. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below what some of your art goals are. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, good night, wherever you are. And hopefully I see you next Saturday.